everyone, it's Stephanie from VA Claims Veterans Helping Veterans. So today's topic is going to be on compensation and pension exams, also known as C&P exams. C&P exams are a vital part of the claim process, and not all veterans understand the entire process. I'm going to give you an overview of the process and give you a better understanding of what a C&P exam is. As always, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click that bell to get notifications for future videos. All right, let's get started. So what is a C&P exam? Well, a C&P exam is a medical exam performed by an approved VA physician to evaluate the conditions for the disability compensation. And you might be asking, well, why do I need a C&P exam? Well, the exam will help the VA determine if you have a service-connected disability. It will help to rate your disability per the CFR guidelines. The VA will base your rating on the severity of that disability. You also might be asking, will I need more than one exam? It's very possible that you will need multiple exams if you have more than one claim. So it just really depends on how many claims you've submitted and whether or not you're going to have multiple C&P exams or not. Like for example, if you filed a claim for mental health, knees, hips, and feet, you would need a C&P exam for the mental health separately, and then you might get one exam for the additional ones for the knees, the hips, and the feet, because they're going to need to do a ROM, which is range of motion, a flexion, an extension, and a pain assessment. So I hope you're finding that this video is informative, and if so, please click that thumbs up button to like this video. Now let's continue on with the discussion on the C&P exams. All right, how does a C&P exam get scheduled? Well, the VA staff at your local VA medical center will call you to schedule, or a VA contractor will mail you a letter with the date and time of your exam. You may also get a phone call or email from the VA or from the contractor. Now, who are the contracted facilities? Well, most of you know this. It's LHI, QTC, or VES. What should I do when I get my C&P exam letter or a phone call? 1, call and confirm the C&P exam. 2, request a male or female provider, especially if it's mental health and it's a sensitive situation and you prefer to talk to the same-sex provider. Also, don't forget to ask about travel reimbursement. Keep in mind, active duty does not get travel reimbursement, and lodging if needed. What if I need to reschedule my C&P exam? That's a very good question. You should call no later than 48 hours prior to your already scheduled appointment to reschedule. Now keep in mind, this could delay your claim. You typically can only reschedule one time with a contracted facility. It's very important, so keep that in mind. And communicate with the rater. I love this option, and it's what I use for my claims. On a VA 21-4138, which is a statement in support of claim. It's your best way to communicate with the rater, so keep that in mind. So, does everyone who files a claim need to have an in-person C&P exam? Not always. The VA will ask you to have an in-person exam, as I mentioned earlier, only if they need more information to decide your claim or if the exam requires you to be in person. As I mentioned, a test for ROM, flexion, extension. Now, if you have enough medical evidence in your claim and you don't need an in-person exam, sometimes the VA will do what's called an acceptable clinical evidence, also known as an ACE review. This means that they will review your medical records, and if they need to speak to the veteran, they'll call you. And sometimes they don't. They'll just review your medical records. And the medical evidence may include the doctor and hospital reports, test results, and other documents that they have enough to go ahead and review it. Now, What if you can't make a C&P exam due to personal reasons, or you refuse to go to your C&P exam because your representative is telling you you don't need to attend because you've submitted all your evidence? Well, let's take a look and discuss that. What if I miss my C&P exam, as we mentioned? Well, if it's a good cause is determined, the VA will reschedule your C&P exam. Here are some examples: death in the family, sick, homelessness, hospitalized. Keep in mind, you must communicate ASAP with the VBA, the Veterans Benefit Administration, by either calling the 1-800 number or, as I mentioned earlier in this video, supplying a VA 21-4138, which is a statement in support of claim to communicate with the rater. So the failure to report is pretty important here, and I want to kind of focus on B. If you fail to go to a C&P exam that's been ordered by the VBA, you're subjecting yourself to being denied. And that's not a good idea. So if you've been told to go to an exam, go to the exam. Especially here under 3.655, the failure to report for a Department of Veterans Administration examination. B, original or supplemental or claim for increase. When a claimant fails to report for an examination scheduled in conjunction with an original compensation claim, the claim shall be rated based on the evidence of record. When the examination was scheduled in conjunction with any other original claim, a supplemental claim, or a benefit which was previously disallowed, or a claim increase, the claim shall be denied. So it's very important that if the VA is telling you to go to exam, that you please go to the exam. And another good idea is to familiarize yourself with the Disability Benefits Questionnaire, also known as the DBQ. By reading the DBQ and understanding what the DBQ is pertaining to that particular disability you filed a claim on, it's beneficial to you to understanding what questions may be asked of you. Now keep in mind, during the exam, they don't always ask you every single question on that DBQ, but at least understanding what it is based on that disability is very helpful. C&P exams can make or break a claim. So remember, you are your own best advocate. So research, that is all I can say. Research, understand what your C&P exam is based on. So I hope this video was informative. If so, click that thumbs up button on it. And please leave me any comments or questions, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I'll provide several links in the description section of this video that will also help you along with the C&P exam. And remember my motto, veterans do better when veterans know better.